Oh, shit. Shoot. Oh, shoot. Ah. Did I do this right? Oh, here we go. I did this wrong. I did it wrong. I did this wrong, I think. All right, I think I'm live on the wrong phone here. That's all right, I'll straighten it out. Okay, my thing here. Try this here. Okay. Let me do this. Switch. Let's go here. All right, welcome. Hey, Seashell. Hello, she's blessed. Hello, everyone. How's everyone? Glad to have you with me. All righty. So, OPPB, be organized, be patient, be persistent, stick with a budget, and play responsibly. Today, we're going to kind of go over doubles and what I do to win doubles. Okay. Time is moving right along. What I did to track doubles that made it simple for me, if you were with me yesterday, I kind of went over those, how I do doubles and how I track them. Okay. And like I always say, with a home of no tic-tac-toe, no grids, no root sums, no date sums, no multiple different rundowns and workouts, because everybody's got a different way of doing that. But there's only one way to track the actual 1,000 numbers and know why you're playing them. And like I always say, if you don't know why you're playing the number, don't play it. And the only way you're going to know why you're playing the number is tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. You want to track the front pair, back pair, single digits on your number. And it's not no get rich quick. You do have to put the homework in to get into the winner circle. And that takes time. So here, if you want to look at, we're going to put this up here. This is what I did. I took all the doubles and put them in an organized manner where at a glance you can see what's going on with the doubles. Okay, and what I did, I put all the doubles in positions where the double and its opposite set, which they may call mirrors if they want, are all placed together in an organized manner. Now this is a yearly sheet. I use this sheet to track all the doubles for the whole year, okay? And it makes it easy for you to find What doubles have played in your state? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone. As you know, I have eye challenges. I have glaucoma, and I've had surgery on my right eye, and my left eye. They gave me some drugs and stuff, and the pressures have went down. But with glaucoma, there's no cure for it. So eventually, over time, you eventually go blind for glaucoma. So it gets more difficult to see. Right now, I'm kind of managing things, but and going a little slow. But I'm working through it, and hopefully it'll restrain for as long as possible. But I can see that my vision is getting dimmer and dimmer because over time it's difficult for my eyes to take in light and to see detail. So if I make an error or something that you might see, I try not to, but hopefully you've been around with me enough to know that that's an error, and it'll be straightened out. Thank you for the prayer. She's blessed. Appreciate that. Um, I take all prayers. I'm a praying man myself, and I know for a fact God's not going to put more on you than you can bear. And I've been in so many situations that I thought I wouldn't make it through, but it all turned out for my good. So that's where I'm at with this. Just like anything else in my life. My home got destroyed, not destroyed, but pretty well damaged in the tornado in St. Louis on the 16th, same day as my grandson's birthday. But luckily, God had it where one insurance company had just canceled the insurance on my home because I made a claim on it. But I was lucky enough just 6 months ago to get more insurance before this tornado came. So I know what God can do and will do. So I really don't. And I'm 74 years old, the oldest of 11 sisters and brothers, 5 brothers and 5 sisters. So I've had a close relationship with God all my life, with all my life. So I don't worry about a whole lot. Whatever I do my best and I let God do the rest. That's my saying. I do my best and I let God do the rest. Okay. Thank you for that. Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah. If I start testifying, we won't get nothing done here today because I got plenty to testify about. Okay. Uh, just letting him get to know him is the testimony in itself. Okay. And here's yes, he is. Um, the opposite sets on the doubles. The 001, the 110. The opposite of it is 556 and 665. Same with the 002, the 220, the 557, and the 775. They're opposite sets. So what I discovered once I organized this, and I go through the year or through as the year go on, and as I eliminate the doubles, you see these check marks here I got where all the this is Illinois' evening draw, and this works for any state where the doubles have came in for from January up to present, pretty much. Like I say, I haven't really. I might have missed something, but I haven't really had my eye on it because I've been in St. Louis right now, so not with Illinois. But I did win the 055 and the 839. because I played them to play while I was here in Missouri until I go back to Illinois. But this is what I did. I put all the doubles and their opposites together. So if you don't, they call them mirrors. If you don't understand doubles, opposites and mirrors, then you will probably need to go back and look at my full length videos. You can go to Pick-3 at a Glance 517. That's a full length video that will explain what mirrors and opposites are. Okay. And just a video yesterday, I explained what mirrors and opposites were. But I kind of want to just kind of focus on this double right here. Whatever double comes in, you mark it off. And what you're looking for certain conditions. Like say you mark it off. Let me see which one ain't hit here yet. For the year, the 229, the 992, the 774, and the 447, and its opposite has not played. So when it gets to be like 6 months into the year, I start looking for numbers and their opposite that hadn't played. And those are pretty much the ones I put into my bucket list of numbers to play on doubles. Also, I look for, one of the conditionings. One of the conditionings I look for on how to play the double when I do strategy number 4, tracking the front pair and back pair, I see the best way to play the double. I'll see if the 2-2 on the front hasn't played like it is right here, then I would play it as 2-2, 9, if I see the 2-2 hasn't failed. Or if I see that the 2-9 on the back hasn't failed, I look for what condition is the best way to play the double. Okay? That's what I'm looking for. I don't just, I normally, most of the way I have them on the board on this chart here is usually how they come, but I have the backup to see if the 2-2 fell on the front or the 2-2 fell on the back. So if I see that the 2-2 fell on the back, I might play it as 9-2-2 and hadn't failed on back all year out of 6 months. That's why it's imperative that you learn to do your homework and study and see what the numbers are actually doing in your state. Like I say, you can't see that with the grids, the root sums, the date sums, the tic-tac-toes, and the multiple different rundowns, because everybody got a different way of doing it. But with Pick-3 Glance, there's only one way to track the actual 1,000 numbers. And what I'm referring to, when I say that 229 that I was looking at, if I find out that the 2-2 hasn't failed on the back side, I will play it as 9-2-2. Or if I see that this 2-9 ain't failed on the front, then I would play it as 2-9-2. See, those options you have when you plan and tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. Here the same way when I hit the 055, I was playing it as 505. And I knew that this 055 hadn't played all last year. So I definitely put that on my bucket list as a double to play. In my bucket list as a double play. And I was playing as 505, but when I seen that this O hadn't failed on the front for 68 days from tracking, I knew to put that 0 so I can get it exact. See, with tracking the actual numbers and strategizing, you can see the best way to hit the numbers straight. I can see. as you start tracking and studying your numbers and doing your homework, you'll be able to formulate the best way to play the number to hit it straight, because you'll know what numbers have failed and what numbers haven't failed. Okay? And I also was playing the 500, its opposite, and I was also playing the 500 as 050. And I think yesterday in Illinois they came with 5405. Okay? But that's okay. But I'm not playing. That 405 don't throw me off and make me not, because I'm continuously playing this 500 and this 505, because working with the law average, I know this number combination possibly will come out 3 times before the year is out, or repeat within the month. And that comes from studying and tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. And see, all this, if you screenshot it, you'll see. And this is a powerful sheet, and where at top here, I have all the doubles and their opposites. And here I just have the triples to make note what triples have failed and what the opposite of the triple may have not fallen. Because the opposite of triple zeros is quite naturally triple fives, triple ones is triple sixes, triple twos is triple sevens, triple threes is triple eights, and triple fours is triple nines. Okay? So all of this is a yearly, where you track it yearly. Now what you would do, you would take this sheet and you can go back to January and mark off all the doubles that have fallen already. Once you mark all the doubles off that have fallen already, you want to look, the ones that haven't played, working with the law averages, the ones that you want to look to play in the bucket list, because you got a better chance of hitting those that haven't played than the ones that have played already, because you don't know when they might hit again. But if you know that the numbers that you playing now ain't hit in 6 months, there's a better chance of those numbers coming out now. And what you're looking for, like I said, certain conditions, pretty much. You want to look for, if one of these four here didn't show, ain't hit at all in your state, these the four you want to look at playing. Whatever ones ain't hit yet, because you have the number, the double and its opposite, those are the ones you want to look at playing and making part of your bucket list. You can track them all, but you can't play them all. Normally, when I see 4 of them that haven't played, then those are 4 I will stick with pretty much. I know why I would be sticking with those 4. There's 4 here. And then when I hit, I look for the next pair of 4s that haven't played at all. That's how I did this here. Illinois, this 005 and this 550 didn't play at all in Illinois. That's why I picked it up. But at a glance, I can always see what doubles and what triples have not fallen, and what doubles and triples have fallen. At a glance, and that's powerful to be able to do that. And what I did, and that's different than really just finding them on the columns and marking them off. Let's see here. See, when you Doubles, doubles, doubles. Now this here is strategy number 1 for the doubles and the triples. Now this here I was using also for tracking the doubles and the triples, but I hadn't separated the doubles from the columns. If you have two different rows, different columns that hadn't hit, if I can carry, depending on my budget, I would carry them both. But pretty much I would just pick one and stay with it if it hadn't hit. Or I would look to see how long it's been here. Let me show you. I might. Strategy number 2. See, it all comes together. I would look to see, because you're going to, with strategy number 2, tracking the single pairs here. Let me see if that's going. I might have to take this. Let's do it. Make sure you can see. See, this is where strategy number 2 comes into play with the pairs. Let's say which one? Let's say I'm tracking the double pairs here, okay? This is strategy number 2. You can see that. And I realize which pair might not hit for 2 months, 3 months. And let's say the 2s haven't played. The double 2s haven't played. Then I would go to my, let's see, which one is it? Oh, this is, okay. The double 2s haven't played. Let me go back here. Okay. Then I would see if, say, this column here with the double 2s ain't played, then I would play all 4 of those. Any of the columns with the double 2s that ain't played would be the one that I would play, focus on the most. Instead of just playing all the 2s, I would just focus on the one that I know that 224 and 779, because they opposite each other, hadn't played. So now that gives me a 50-50 chance of hitting the 224 or the 779 or the 442 and then 997. Is that kind of making sense to you? If you've been following me a while, strategy 2 comes into play, because you're gonna always know what's going on with your pairs for your doubles, because you're gonna be able to know the last time a pair hit, and it could take a pair 60 to 90 days, 120 days to hit, because doubles really are harder to hit next to triples, and then your singles are easier to hit because they come 3 different ways, and your your singles come 6 different ways. So that's how I would pick the column depending on last time the double play, and usually I'm always looking for the double that's more than 60 to 90 days out when I'm looking to play them, or a column that's might be on the doubles out that ain't hit out of the 6 months or the 7 months, and you'll see that nothing fell off that column. That's usually what I do. Is that coming through to you, or do I need to do some more explaining where you understand it? And I can understand if you need more me to show you more. Just let me know. Cause you're gonna get a feel also as you tracking. You'll get a feel of what's going on with your numbers in your state as you tracking. It'll come to you. Especially if you go back to January and start as you catching up with the numbers, you'll start seeing how they hit. You start seeing how the numbers hit and how they fall off and come back. You start feeling it if you go back and go back and get the previous data. Did you get that? I don't see. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. And also, if you see, you'll see too when you start doing your double columns. When you see what columns they hit off the doubles, and you see you'll match them up. If you see a column here ain't hit in 4 months, that's where you'll be looking also to look to see where to play your doubles from. If a whole column ain't hit in 4 months, I'm always looking on everything. What number and opposite has not played? 005, I'm looking to say 004, and the 559 hasn't played off a column. Or the 115 and the 660. I'm always looking at everything, what is number and its opposite hasn't failed. And that's what they be trying to do with the grids, the tic-tac-toes, the date sums, the root sums. But what they do is they try to make the numbers match up by flipping numbers and mirroring numbers to make it work. But here you don't have to do that because it's already done. At a glance, you can see what numbers have failed and opposites haven't failed. At a glance. And that's basically what they be trying to do here. But you can't, this won't make sense or understand this if you don't know what the actual numbers are doing. If you don't know that the 005 and its opposite 550 hadn't failed. Or the 116 and its opposite 661 hasn't failed. This could make more sense to you if you know this, but it really won't add up, because any of these systems, if they can flip and mirror anything, they're going to find 99% of the time the number that came the previous day. Any of them, any of the rundowns of tic-tac-toe. If they can make it match up, it'll match up 99% of the time. But here you don't have to do anything but just track the actual 1,000 numbers and see what they're doing. So if you see like I said, if you see that this column here ain't hit in 3 months or 4 months, that's where you look to see if it match up with the column on this sheet that I did where I separated all these doubles and put them in a organized, more organized manner for a year to see. This one here is just to see for the month. Each month, you want to see what column didn't hit at all. Because I do one of these sheets every month. And that's the way that way I know on each column what number has fallen and what number hasn't fallen to win. Thank you for that question. It's a good question. But all these columns have their number and the opposite in each one. 003, the opposite of it, 558 at a glance. 114, the opposite of it, 669 at a glance. 225, 770 at a glance. So you never stumped. You always know what's going on with the numbers. 336 is opposite 881 at a glance. And then 447 is opposite 992 at a glance. And I'm always looking to see what number and its opposites ain't fail on the columns. So in say in May or June, say this column, as you mark it off in 2 months, say the 003 hit and the 336 hit, and then it don't hit no more for a couple of months or so, or 3 to 90 days, 60 to 90 days. Now, when I win, I'm going to this column here because I know it ain't hit in 3 months, and I'm definitely gonna play the number and its opposite that it hadn't hit, maybe a little more on it, but I'll definitely play the whole column 50-cent box. Normally I play on doubles, the whole column 50-cent box. I'll play the whole column 50-cent box. And then when, if any, the 3-3 or whatever they bring back, and I win, then I'll load up on the column with the number and its opposite that I know hadn't played. I'm always looking for numbers that haven't played and their opposites. I do that even with the pairs. I'm always looking for what pair and its opposite ain't played. See, like here, like I said, the 0-0 and the 5-5 is its opposite. The 11, the opposite of it is the double sixes. Double twos, opposite double seven. Double threes, opposite double eight. Double fours, the opposite double nines. So if I see that if I'm doing this is a monthly here, strategy number 2, I'm tracking, and I see that this 4-4 and 9-9 ain't played in 60 to 90 days, and working with the law average, then I'm definitely gonna play triple fours and triple nines for one, pretty much. And then I would will it, because I always got somewhere to go with my numbers, because I know why I'm playing my numbers. Like last year, the 4-4-9-9 didn't play for 3 months. So what I did, and I'll show you how to will it, if you don't know about willing, the 4-4 and the 9-9. So I did 4-4-0, 4-4-1, 4-4-2, 4-4-3, 4-4-4, 4-4-5, 4-4-6, 4-4-7, 4-4 8, and 449. And then 990, 991, 992, 993, 994, 995, 996, 997, 998, 999. Okay, this was what I call willing the numbers. And I will them all the way down like this. If it gets into 90 days, then nothing's played on a double, I will them 50-cent box. In Illinois, that's $80. So if 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 I hit with either one of these for the $80, I stay on these numbers and I invest right back into these numbers right here because I know why I'm playing them. Now in Illinois last year, I hit the triple nines doing that because you play the nine straight. I hit the triple nines, and then because first the 044 came, and I won it. I won it straight because I played it 044. And then I loaded up on the 044 to come back, and I played the triple nines because I was already playing it off the sheet, off like that. And they came back to back. 044 came, and then the triple nines came the next day working with the law average. The 999 came the next day. Triple nines came the next day. That's the kind of strategies and skill sets you can work on building. Because you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers in your state. You're going to know working with the law average how they run. When a number is about 4 months out and ain't played, and its opposite ain't played, then those are the numbers you would pick up to play. And then you would always take a wheel and play at 50 bucks. Or if you can't play at 50 bucks, you would play, if you know 443 would be 998, and the 443 and the 998 ain't played either way, then I would play the 443 and the 998. They're opposite of each other. If you know they ain't played, or whatever, the 442 or the 997. That's what the other one I told you, I put everything together to make it easy to see that they hadn't failed together. That's why I put them all in the little 4 columns. So at a glance now, I'll be able to see that the 442 and the 997 hadn't failed because I got it lined up as let's say 442, 224, 997, 779. See, that's why I do it like that. That's why I put that together. So at a glance, instead of having to look at and do it like this in my head, I got it already set up where I can see it. Like that. All right. Any more questions on the doubles? Because all the numbers are random. All your numbers are going to run different in everybody's state. Midday numbers don't bring evening numbers. Evening numbers don't bring midday numbers. You can't track a midday number and try to figure out what's coming out for evening. Because it don't work like that in my book. Everybody else can say what they want to say. But like I say, the bottom line, proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. That's all I can say. I'm pretty happy with my system and what it's done for me. Now, and I came up with it on my own because, like I say, I was in a hole and I was study digging and couldn't figure out how to dig my way out. But I came up with this, and I'm happy with it, and I'm happy that I'm able to share it, and hopefully it's been as good to others as it's been to me. Seems like my is, but all of them are powerful. I'm gonna take my all of them are simple but very powerful if you do the work, and it's not and not that hard to figure out. But you're looking for patterns. Patterns change, and then you're constantly looking for patterns to match up what your numbers are doing instead of just looking at the numbers to know what the numbers are doing. That's all I can say. That's why I don't do no patterns. Do any patterns, brother. That's why I don't do them. Because you really don't need any patterns if you're looking at the actual 1,000 numbers. Let's see here. And that's the, and I'll just go through my sheet here. I'm sure pretty much everybody's familiar with them. And I send the sheets out in PDF forms to your through your email. If you like some sheets, email me, and I'll email them to you and let you know what the cost is at the same time. But here it is. And that's the only thing I don't have the membership or none of that because it's a lot of work. I can teach you individually how to do the work. I can teach anybody an hour or less how to use the sheets and everything. I don't feel comfortable with a membership charging people to come on a membership when I know they'll have to do the work if they want to get in the winner circle. If they don't, then because I don't give out numbers. I don't do none of that. Because even before I started playing, I used to, had this sheet and stuff. People used to ask me for numbers, the tellers and stuff. They used to ask me for numbers, and they couldn't play like I play. So if they wouldn't play the number, and then they get upset because they didn't play it. So, they would ask me what number to play, and I wouldn't give them no numbers. I'd tell them what number I was playing, and normally I'd try to give them the main number I was playing. But that's what I do here in East St. Louis. I show everybody what I'm playing. And the reason I do that is because I don't want to throw you off. You might see something that I totally missed using my strategy where you would bang them, where you would hit them hard, and then I might miss it, and you didn't lost out. So if you're studying and doing the homework, you'll see what I'm showing works pretty well. Okay, no guarantees, like you say, there's no guarantees, and this is random, but you'll be able to study the numbers and see what's going on. Like this is strategy number one again. These numbers up here, I put them together, and they're called base numbers. All right, and it's 12 of them, and I did the 111 rundown. If you're familiar with the 111 rundown, which created 12 columns. And those 12 columns equal 60 numbers to a column, which is 12 times 60, that's 720 of the 1,000 numbers and their combinations that you can formulate off of these 12 columns. And when your winning number come in, one of these base numbers will always be in the rundown. unless it's the actual base number that comes in. Then quite naturally, you would just mark the base number off. Okay? And the thing about all these columns, the base number, all these columns, its number and the opposite is in all these columns. Like the 024, the opposite is 579. See there? All these numbers and the opposite. And that's why I say you're always seeing what number and opposite haven't failed off the column. Then those are two you want to play or put a little extra money on to win. No, if you see one of these columns ain't hit in 3 months or 4 months, and what numbers on that column haven't hit in that amount of time. Same way with here, the strategy number 2, triangle, strategy number 2. And when, if you ask questions, just, refer to strategy 2 or strategy 3, strategy 4. That way I know exactly what you're referring to. Now, see here with all these numbers here, pairs 2,710. But at a glance, I can see what number and its opposite haven't played. Let me pull out another sheet here. And here's the 22 numbers with the singles and the doubles. You can screenshot that if you like, and just do the 1-1 rundown on those, and you have all 22 columns, singles and doubles. You got 10 singles, 10 doubles and 12 singles right there. And screenshot that, do the 1-1-1 rundown on it. And then when you come to me, bring you some pencil and paper. When you come to the lives, if you're in a different state, and then I can explain to you how to find the numbers and all that. That's all you're going to need, some pencil and some paper. Because it'll come to you better if you're actually doing it yourself than just watching me doing it. Okay. And any state I go to, or when I have to take this sheet and I go back and eliminate all the numbers on the columns to see how long it's been, to see how many numbers are left. And on the columns, I look for, see if what numbers and opposites haven't played off that column. And that's what I build my bucket list off of, is the numbers and the opposites that haven't failed. Now, I don't really worry about strategy number 2, doing the pairs back there for, or strategy number 3. I really just do strategy number 1, and I also do strategy number 4. Here. I go strategy number 4 because it's a yearly sheet, and I want to be aware of what front pair and back pair hasn't fallen. I do that. Then I can match up what numbers haven't fallen, and the numbers I'm looking at, I know what front pair and back pair of that number hadn't fallen. because this is the front. Both of these numbers are the same, top and bottom. This the front of any number and the back of any number. At a glance, I can tell out of all those 1,000 numbers what front and back hasn't fallen at any time. And usually what I do, once I get the yearly sheet kind of set up, I take a picture of it in my phone. So if I'm on lunch break at work or got spare time, I can study. I can study the sheets and see what's going on with my numbers and how I would pick them to play. Let me see. I don't know why is this not formulating? Hey everyone, glad to have you on here with me. My phone froze up. That's why I was wondering what was going on with why I wasn't seeing anything, but hey. Now I can see. Ah, how's everyone? Okay. Why is this? Okay. Hi BLZ. How Teresa? Hi, she's blessed. Oh, that's what it keeps buffing on you guys. Man, you know. That's maybe I'm trying to tell y'all something they don't want y'all to know. I don't know why it would keep buffing. But it's buffing. It buffed on me too. That's why I was freezing up because I was like, okay, it had froze up on me. Thanks for letting me know that. Now what's this? Okay, something was going on. All right. Did you get that? I hope it ain't still buffing. She's blessed. Did I explain that pretty much for you? She's still on here. Yeah, you can't say I got him again. Okay, good. Okay, she's blessed. I got you there. All right. Yeah. Once you start doing it and tracking, you'll be fine. 7-8 pair. Wait, you saying 7-8 pair hasn't played BLC for 630 in 2 years? A 7-8 pair hasn't failed. Period. In California. Well, I haven't seen that one. Oh, you talking about just the front and back pair? Let's see what we got. Oh, just the back pair, 7-8 pair. Yeah, well, yeah. 60, yeah, about 2 years. That can happen. That 37 took about 2 years also. Uh-huh. You know I got that 405, huh? Did you see it on my list? Wow, the 7-8 pair hasn't failed. Well, I mean, it ain't played in a year. A pair, that's kind of long for a pair. To me, it's pretty well due. And that 7-8 is a frequent pair to play in Illinois and Missouri. Okay. Uh, do California have that wild ball and fireball? Because I'm seeing those numbers, like I said, take a while to come out. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I mean, if you, like I say, stick to your budget, but I would definitely be on that 7-8 pair. I'd 7-8 wheel it, and I look for what front hasn't played. Hold on, let me show you what I would look for. How I would play it if you're going to invest in it. I would, you says, oh, 4-7-8. Yeah, that 4-7-8. If that 4-7 haven't played in a while, I look to see. I'd go through and see how long all of them haven't played. Like the Hey Seashell, like willing it, and hey, I would definitely invest in it for sure. If I was in California now, I can't do all the states. I don't play all the states like that though. But I would definitely, you say that 7-8 back. I would definitely like to say 0-7-8, 1-7-8, 2-7-8. Oh, what put do that? 2-7-8, 3-7-8, and what I'm doing. Yeah, I did 2-7-8. Yeah, 3-7-8. All the way down to the 9. And I'll see when the last time either one of these fronts played. And I guess you say it was the 4-7-8. It's the longest one out. And that would probably be my best. But I would make sure too, also, so I don't miss that 7-8. If I can play the front pair and backup pair on it, I definitely put a couple of dollars on the back on the back of it. And I would probably definitely play it for like 14 days. So I don't miss it. So if it do come 7-8, I'll reinvest right back into that 7-8 being on the back. That's usually how I play. Okay, I definitely keep playing that 7-8. So when it do fall on the back, or I would do it like this also. I would do the 7-8 on the front, the 8-7 on the back. I mean, the 8-7 on the front. Yeah, both of them on the front. Then I do the 7-8 on the back. Let me put this over here where you can see. And 8-7 on the back. And then when it plays, along with now this here would be $2, and I play the 4-7-8 if that's the one you're playing. I'd play it straight box and a dollar straight and a dollar straight. A dollar straight. A dollar straight. Like that. That's usually when I got a number that I want to trap in. Now, if that 7-8 don't come on the back, but whatever number I hit, I'd study be loading up on this 4-7-8. That's what I do. You see that? Okay. 8-8-7-7-7-8 for California midday. That's what came in. So it's a possibility that the 7-7-8-8-7 will come on evening. You know that 505 came midday in Illinois before it hit evenings. But I knew it had to hit evenings, so I don't really try to chase it with midday and evening. Oh, okay. Yeah, I would invest in those. But if you plan midday, like I said, I mean, if it's evening you plan it, I'd stick with evening pretty much. I wouldn't try to chase them both unless you got that, your pockets that deep. Hmm. Yeah, I see. But I quit playing midday and evening a long time ago. I mean, unless I see something that just sticks out that gives me a reason to play. 5 pair. Okay. Yeah, I have to see something that sticks out for me to play midday, and that's usually what I'm looking for. What I do the front pair and back pair. I track that. First, I do the front pair and back pair. You avoided it. I hear you. 6 months. Yeah, and I would see see what on the doubles what 7-7 number the column hasn't fell off of either. And that would be the 7-7 pair. I would look to the 7-7, whatever number it is that I would play. More than likely, it might be column five because column five is slow. It's false doubles. Oh, okay. 5-5-9, both draws, midday and evening. Yeah. Check to see when the opposite of it, the 004 failed last also, or the 599. That's what I look at. Well, we know that them double columns can take uh, 4 months and not hit, maybe 5 months, because they're slow. They're very slow. But it's hard to, like I said, look for a number like that in a way, because we know A number can take years and not show up. Oh, shoot. Hey, baby girl. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to open the door so you can come in because you didn't call me. You should call me and let me know you was on your way. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, you want to sit in the car? You going well? No, they gone. To the dentist and do some running. Uh, well, I'm on live right now, but I'll be off in a sec. All right, love you. Bye. All righty, family. Duty calls. I'm gonna have to leave. My daughter got here sooner. Now, when she's normally late, but now she's on time. So I'm going to have to get off here and get ready so she can take me back home. All right. So, like I always say, Plampton and Club, make that money, y'all. Peace and love. God bless. And if you're tracking, you'll soon be packing to Lucky Town. And thanks, everybody. Thanks for your participation. Mm.